If you think virtual assistants only make $5 to $10 an hour, this video is going to completely change your mindset. I'm going to share exactly how freelance virtual assistants are making $10,000 a month in 2026. The services they're offering, the math behind it, and resources so you can verify them yourself. If your goal is to build a high-income online skill business for yourself, you better keep on watching. So let's dive in. But first, let's address the elephant in the room. Is 10K a month as a virtual assistant actually realistic? Yes, but not by doing general admin services for $8 an hour. The VAs that are making 10K per month are specialized, offering business support services, working with online business owners that actually have the budget and aren't doing random tasks. This isn't about working 80 hours a week. It's about high value support plus strategic pricing. Now let's dive into the math behind hitting 10K per month. There's normally two options for you. Number one, the retainer model. Let's say you want to charge $2,000 per month per client. In that case, you only need 5 full-time clients to hit your 10K mark. That's it. 5 clients to hit that mark. Option 2 is hourly pricing. Let's say you price your hourly rate at $50 an hour. 50 hours per client per month. That's $2,500 per client for that month. And for that, you only need 4 full-time clients to hit that 10K mark. Now remember, this isn't about what's included inside your packages. This is just numbers. But speaking of what's included, let's move on to the next part. What services actually pay 2K per month per client? Here's where most people mess up. High-income VAs are not selling general administrative services. They're actually selling solutions. I'm going to share the 5 services VAs are offering in 2026 to hit that 10K mark. Number 1, systems and operations VA. Some tasks that fall under this category are managing systems, team coordination, project tracking. And when I was doing my research, I saw there were VAs that were charging anywhere between $1,500 all the way to $3,000 per month per client. Number 2, social media VA support, not strategist. Don't get it twisted. Some tasks that fall under this role are content scheduling, DM management, and the price range for this was also the exact same, anywhere between $1,500 to $3,000 per month per client. Number 3, launch and funnel support. You can provide tasks like email scheduling, tech setup, client onboarding and offboarding, and the price range for this role is anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000 per launch, which is so crazy, and it blew my mind when I was doing my research. Number 4, executive VA. This role is an upgrade from the general VA title, and some of your tasks would include calendar plus email, CRM management, client communication. The price range for this role is anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 per client. Notice how none of these are random tasks. They also directly support revenue, which is the key here, which is literally the secret sauce to charging those high income months. Not just about helping people save time. It's also about adding value to their business. Saving time is great, but being able to bring a transformation everybody loves, which is revenue, aka more money inside their business, that's when they will pay you. This is why I said skill plus positioning is what really matters. Now moving on to the part you've probably been waiting, the proof. Starting strong with my own wins. These are some screenshots that my clients have paid me where I was providing social media VA support. And along with that, I have some wins from my students who have gone through my programs. For those of you who might not know, I'm also a virtual assistant coach. I coach and train women. I have trained over 500 women across the globe in 2025, and I help them kickstart their business. So these are just some of the great wins my students have been able to achieve in just 1 year. And let me tell you, more than 80% of these students started from scratch with zero experience, and they've worked their way to these high income services and packages. Becoming a virtual assistant isn't just about already having high level skills. It's about starting with the skills you have and making your way up, meaning being open to learning as you're growing and building. I've also screenshotted a couple of job postings on platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, that are available for you in the month of January if you know you're ready to finally increase your prices and build those high income packages. The jobs are out there. People are ready to hire VAs in those roles. Now that we got the proof out of the way, let's move on to positioning yourself for those 10K months. This is probably the most important part in this whole video because this is how you're going to get those clients. This is what you got to master if you actually want people to sign you on for those 2K, 3K packages. This is literally where that shift happens. And there's only 3 steps to it. Number 1, pick your core offer. One niche, one problem, one solution. For example, I help online coaches manage their backend so they can scale without the burnout. It is very clear who you help, which is online business coaches, the problem that they're facing, which is struggling to scale because they're burnt out, and it has one outcome, which is solving their exact problem. Because you're saying if they hire you, they can start scaling, which is making more money and not feel burnt out. So it's a 2-in-1. Step 2, your packages. I personally recommend creating monthly retainers instead of hourly packages. If you want to scale quickly to those high income months, I do believe it's time to shift away from hourly packages. Hourly packages are a great way to start. Now, I'm not saying you have to do this and it's the only way. I have students and I know VAs that are charging literally $90 an hour. Yes, you heard that right. $90 an hour, and are making just as much, if not more than 10K. Moving on to step 3, working with the right clients. This is where a lot of virtual assistants struggle with. They are only attracting clients that do not have the budget. You have to be super strategic and have to set boundaries for yourself if you want to scale to those 10K months as a virtual assistant in 2026. Which means you're going to have to stop trying to sell to everyone and focus on high ticket clients that once again have the budget. So for example, target coaches, content creators, agency owners, course creators. These type of people not only already value support, but are also making great money inside their business. Now, there are going to be different levels to each person. For example, a business coach. There's going to be a business coach that is just starting out who might not have the budget to hire VA for $2,000 a month. However, there are online coaches that have been in this industry for years and years and have maybe even double the budget. So this is what I meant when you have to do your research and be strategic with who you're trying to target, who you're engaging with, and networking. Now moving on to part 6 of the video. Where to find these 2 to 5K clients. My top platforms and methods that have worked for me and hundreds of my students are: number 1, Instagram. Creating valuable content, DM outreach, and authority positioning. It is so easy for you to create content to position yourself and create the value for each package and your services. Nothing gets more easier than this. A lot of the times the VAs are skipping discovery calls because their content is doing everything for them. Their content is answering every single question, clearing up all the doubts, and providing them with value, giving them more than enough reason for their clients to hire them. I love creating content and attracting clients through them. And one of the great things is you attract premium clients only. Number 2, freelance opportunities. I have already shared some screenshots in this video, which only means there are people that are looking for VAs on these freelancing platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, Contra being my personal favorite. If I had to pick a freelancing platform, I would pick it. Number 3, direct outreach. LinkedIn, sending out emails and pitching yourself directly to these founders, and Instagram DMs. I have personally DM'd so many clients that I would love to work with, and I've landed many of them just through the DMs. So don't sleep on outreach. And lastly, referrals. High-paying virtual assistants aren't applying to hundreds and hundreds of job postings every single day. They're building relationships, and those relationships gets them clients. Even your current clients, don't just keep it a professional relationship. Try building a deeper connection because your current clients are literally your fastest ticket to getting more clients in the same niche. Honestly, there's so many other ways. Like, I really love Threads right now, and I feel like Threads is being slept on. There's so many people that are looking for VAs and are posting on Threads, and I know so many VAs that are already on Threads marketing their services. And one of my latest students who actually signed her first $75 an hour client just on Threads. Now moving on to the last part of the video, part 7, resources you can use today. Here are some real tools and resources you can start using today to start building and scaling your V8 business. First thing, when you are looking to step into those high income months and you want to charge those 2K, 3K month packages, you need to know a few platforms. You need to not just familiarize yourself, but become an expert in a few softwares, platforms like Notion, ClickUp, Kajabi, Slack, Dubsado. This will solely depend on what type of service and role you want to get into. So for example, if one of your tasks is offering CRM management, you need to familiarize yourself with Honeybook, Kajabi, Dubsado. Same with if you want to provide project management services, you have to familiarize yourself with Notion, ClickUp, Monday.com, Airtable. So where do you go? YouTube tutorials. YouTube has so many amazing tutorials by so many amazing creators that walk you through every single platform that you can think of. So what you need to do first is really get clear on exactly what your core offer is going to look like and what are your core tasks that you want to provide. And from there, start watching these YouTube tutorials and become a master in your niche. This is literally your job. You have to be the go-to virtual assistant, or at least aim to be the go-to virtual assistant in your niche. There's also free platform certifications that you can do if you want to also test your skills. And another way is to create mock projects. So for example, if you are someone who wants to provide social media support and you want to design landing pages, create mock landing pages and showcase that on social media or include it inside your portfolio. Mock projects are a great way to showcase your skill set and basically just let your work do the talking for you. And obviously there's freelancing platforms like I mentioned. You want to know my top 15 platforms that I would recommend. Watch this video. I go deeper inside this video, sharing all the do's and don'ts and how to use each platform to your advantage as a virtual assistant. And obviously there's LinkedIn as well. LinkedIn is great to not just network, but also there are many job postings listed on LinkedIn. Same with Facebook groups. Job listings are everywhere on every platform. You need to be at the right place at the right time to get the right opportunity for you. Which is why I always say be consistent. Show up every single day. But let me be honest for a second. Making $10,000 a month as a virtual assistant doesn't happen overnight. But it is one of the fastest online business model to scale for literally anyone. I'm not saying this. Forbes released their top 10 online businesses for 2026 and virtual assistant was ranked number 2. And I like to think it's because virtual assistant is one of those business models that you can start with the skills you already have. You don't need to learn more skills, especially in the beginning. You also don't need a professional degree. You don't need a existing huge audience on social media. You don't need any followers. You can start from zero. You also don't need 10 plus years of experience. All you need is one high income skill, one clear offer, and consistent action. There's so many women that have so much more knowledge, so much more experience, probably know a lot more people that are in this role and in this industry, But the main difference between the two is that one is consistent and is showing up every single day on social media. And that is how she's getting clients. That is how she's learning and gaining the experience by doing client work and is now at $10,000 a month. Whereas on the other hand, that virtual assistant that does have the skills, that does have the experience, and I'm talking years and years of experience. I've met so many women that have been executive assistants in the corporate world that haven't started, haven't been consistent, and are exactly in the same spot as last year. And then again, the only difference is consistency and actually starting. So if you are someone who really wants to make 2026 your year as a virtual assistant and you want to be able to scale to those 2K, 3K, 5K, and then 7K, and then 10K months, make sure you're subscribed to my channel because I will be posting more and more videos on tips that you need as a virtual assistant in 2026. So you don't want to miss out because this year for me, it's all about providing free value and actually supporting you and encouraging you along the journey. If you have any questions and you want to reach out to me, you can follow me on social media at Coaching with Charn. My DMs are always open. I would be more than happy to help you figure out what services you should be providing, what niches are in demand, especially now. And if you are looking for more extra support, I also do offer one-on-one mentorship for those who have started their VA business, however, are now looking to scale to those high income 10K months. With that being said, the video is coming to an end and I will see you in my next video.